So this is the first stage of the process, and it's about thinking about an idea that will establish ideas before, ideas in the future, and ideas that are about to happen. And it's about thinking about something that can move your practice forward, and about exploring concepts, philosophies, psychologies, and tasks that can potentially just help you take that next step. So this is that first initial moment of what to do and how to do it. And the idea is, very simply, a ruler for this first performative task. It's just a ruler. It's a simple ruler. And the idea is that this ruler is going to be part of the performative process using a green screen, and you layering on a backdrop on the green screen. The backdrop will link to the ruler. The backdrop may well be a appropriated documentary on rulers, for example, with me in the foreground holding the ruler in a variety of ways. Rulers are fascinating, let's face it, and useful in a whole series of factors and ways, so that's why we're dealing with the ruler at this stage. It effectively could be anything, and that's the point. You could pick up any object and explore the performative qualities, the performative strategies, the performative potential of that object. So that's what we're doing. We're just reaching for the on-off button, but I've got a remote control, so I can just press that. So the next stage is to consider how the ruler is going to be used, and am I going to be sitting, standing? Hold on a minute, I can see, I've just noticed that the angle of the tripod isn't quite correct. Bear with me a second. That's better. Perfect. That's it. So, I'm holding the ruler. Do I sit with the green screen behind me? Do I stand? Perhaps I sit. Perhaps, again, it's a ruler, so perhaps I can hold it against me as if measuring parts of my face or my head. Do I grip the ruler with my teeth and just stare contemplatively at the camera? I could just do that. Place it in your mouth. Drop. Place it in your mouth. Drop. 10 times, say. Setting yourself a limit, setting yourself a timing strategy is always good. Just notice there's a hole in the ruler, so I could always explore the hole. Again, as part of the performative process, I could just run my fingers up and down, perhaps using the textures and the grooves of the ruler. Oh, it kind of hurts my nails, but that's an option as well. So there's a whole range of things I could do. Balancing the ruler on my head, and again counting for 10-20 seconds. So you could repeat the process over and over again. That's a performative quality of it. And again, considering the backdrop for green screen will be part of that visual exploration. So we can explore the juxtaposition of the two and see how it goes, basically. There's also a barcode on the back. I could explore that, moving the... So you can explore the frame, the camera, and perhaps movement of the object in different ways, moving towards the camera and away from the camera, and again just exploring that quality of the object. So these are things to consider at the next stage. So the next stage you're going to see is me setting up the green screen using black gaffer tape in the studio. This studio. So you can see that the next stage is going to position the green screen in this section. Taking down this. And so using the black gaffer tape to construct the green screen. That's what we'll do now. First of all, I tend to just rip 4 or 5 pieces off, just so I'm prepared. So that when you're hanging the green screen, I'm not doing it in a traditional way. I'm not using clips because I don't have the facility, but I do have gaffer tape and obviously the green screen, which is here. So it's going to be a very simple green screen, and we'll just see how we get on. So the gaffer tape is going onto the green screen. Obviously with the green screen, the idea is that you have balanced even light, which I'm not going to have, and you have an extremely flat screen, which again I'm not going to have. So lots of problems to resolve. But it is what it is. We are in this position, this stage. Big creases are problematic. However, it's just what we have to live with. Maybe if I just use this section and just have a headshot, then we can avoid all the creases and the light just be as balanced as it can be given the circumstances. So as you can see at the moment, the positioning is a headshot. It's not ideal. I could do with maybe seeing slightly more. If I just push the tripod down slightly, that's better. More of a balanced. The space at the top and at the bottom is slightly more balanced. I have to decide whether I'm looking into the screen or the lens, which is obviously a technical, very technical, something to consider. Let's look into the lens. So I have my ruler here, which is going to be part of the performance, part of the action. So I need to think about where the ruler is going and what I'm doing with the ruler. Obviously a green screen won't be a green screen. When you're looking at the final piece, it will be, there'll be something displayed on there. So it'll be me interacting with the green screen. So here we go. Generally you want 10 seconds of footage where just nothing's happening at the start and end of the piece, so that you can manage the cropping, post-production editing bit. So here goes. I'm going to be counting 10 seconds in my head and then I'll start the performance. So change positions, audio can just be caught. Just the important thing is that the microphone is active and that the audio is ready. So I'm going to generate the audio, which will be a layer, essentially a track on the video. So here goes. Metal rulers, metal rulers, metal rulers are helpful in many ways. Metal rulers, metal rulers, metal, 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 metal rulers. Metal rulers can help in a range of dynamic ways. Metal rulers can help to fix your life in different ways. They can help you take a space and construct